Whether or not one considers prostitution a problem is up to the individual, but I'm sure we can find common ground when considering that the current method of fixing the situation isn't exactly helping any. Many of the men, women, and teens who are arrested wind up right back on the streets, right back on drugs, or right back in jail. It's obvious that strict prohibition isn't working, which is why many have offered another solution to the problem. That solution will be legalization. Legalization means to make something legal, or authorize something that was previously illegal. In short, prostitution would no longer be illegal. In theory, this is a well-working solution. Prostitution would finally be a legitimate form of work, and with all jobs, regulations will be in place. Those who work in brothels will be tested for sexually transmitted diseases in order to keep themselves and their clients safe. In fact, some state that STDs are nearly non-existent in brothels. Working in brothels also means a familiar, clean, and controlled place of work, further protecting workers from being taken to unsafe or unfamiliar places and being exploited. For instance, many workers lack the protection they need when a crime like rape or theft is committed against them. One study states that though 80% of a group of 130 women claimed that they were raped, only 4% reported the incidents to the police, most likely out of fear of persecution rather than being helped. If prostitution were legalized, then these women would have full protection under the law and confidence that when they report the crime, they will not be met with prejudice and justice will be sought. Another example of the safety that brothels bring comes from Amsterdam. In its infamous red light district, many of the rooms where women and men work have buttons that can be used in case of emergencies to alert someone that they are in danger. Not only that, police officers are usually on hand, and the local street gangs also act as the protectors of the workers. In addition, many have suggested that prostitution be taxed, and the funds will make a big contribution to the economy and the individual incomes of the worker. Those who are less fortunate will be able to make enough or additional money to support themselves, their families, and whoever else. Also, legalizing prostitution can, in effect, get rid of pimps and allow the workers to exercise their right to work for themselves. Finally, prostitution may no longer have the negative stigma that is associated with it, and the workers will no longer be prostitutes, but sex workers. In light of the benefits that can come of legalization, it's easy to assume that it will be the better prospect. Unfortunately, the legalization of prostitution only works in a perfect setting. That being, every person who is a prostitute became so on their own accord and wishes to continue prostitution as their main form of work. Of course, that's not always the case. It's a known fact that many people are forced into prostitution, and it has been estimated that 87% of those working as prostitutes wish to leave the industry. Also, whether or not prostitution is legalized, there can still remain an illegal sector of child prostitution and trafficking of workers from other countries. In fact, a study reports that 80% of women in the brothels of the Netherlands were trafficked from other countries, and the number of brothels in Sydney has tripled to between 400 or 500 by 1999, with the vast majority having no license to advertise or operate. Hence, illegal prostitution still prevailed, even with the profession being legal in the Netherlands and Australia. Go figure. And the environment may be safer, but workers aren't completely free from harm. In one survey of 186 women, many of them stated that their establishments did little to protect them, and they still worked in a state of fear. Some have stated that they also have less control for what services they offer and can inadvertently be forced to do things they don't want to do. This is because owners of the saunas or massage parlors don't want to lose their customers. Workers have also admitted that though the use of condoms is regulation, many negotiate on the side whether or not a condom will be used, which can lead to the spread of disease. As for pimps, their status is merely elevated to that of a sex businessman, usually owners of massage parlors, saunas, and the like. Another big problem is that child prostitution has increased rather than been curbed by legalizing prostitution, and many of these children are trafficked from different countries. In fact, in one country, it was reported that the number of children being in prostitution increased from 4,000 in 1996 to 15,000 in 2001. That's an increase of over 300%. The facts for both situations are out there, and it's hard to really decide which solution is the best. But what do you think? Should prostitution be legalized? Should it stay prohibited? Or do you have some other idea for fixing the issue? Leave a comment or video response with your opinion of the situation, and don't forget the rules.